Welcome to A Course in Business Miracles. This is Heather Dominick, creator of BusinessMiracles.com and founder and leader of the highly sensitive entrepreneur movement. Join me today for some genuine practical assistance and a business-altering and life-changing experience, a business miracle. This is A Course in Business Miracles, episode number 4. Value. In this episode, you'll learn why, as a highly sensitive entrepreneur, everything you've been seeing about yourself as a difficulty or challenge is exactly what you want to be calling on as your greatest gift.
The business miracle focus for today's training is value. According to A Course in Miracles, the shared purpose of all people is creation. According to Dr. Elaine Aron, the shared purpose of all highly sensitives is liberation or freedom. So that would mean for highly sensitive entrepreneurs, our shared purpose is to create freedom through our business. And the best pathway to this is acceptance of our self-value. And I want you to write that down. Self-value, according to Webster's dictionary, is non-existent. Can you believe it? I went to look up the definition of self-value, and it does not exist. So I put together two words. The definition of self is a person's nature or characteristic, and the definition of value is relative worth, merit, importance. So self-value is the importance of yourself. Now, according to Webster's dictionary, the definition of self-esteem is favorable impression of oneself. And you can see how they're actually not at all alike. Now, according to A Course in Miracles, God is the mind with which I think. I have no thoughts I do not share with God because I have no mind apart from His. So if I value God, I must value myself. And if I don't value myself, then I am missing the connection with God. The knowing that as I value God, I value myself is the way of miracles. Now, if we take that a step further, if I value God, I value myself. If I value myself, then I must value my business. And therefore, the value of my business is the value of God. And this knowing is the way of business miracles. Now, I want to read something directly to you from A Course in Miracles regarding the power of your thoughts. So the Course says, it will seem difficult for you to learn that you have no basis at all for ordering your thoughts. This lesson the Holy Spirit teaches by giving you the shining examples of miracles to show you that your way of ordering is wrong, but that a better way is offered you. The miracle offers exactly the same response to every call for help. Let's write that down. I'll repeat it. The miracle offers exactly the same response to every call for help. It does not judge the call. It merely recognizes what it is and answers accordingly. It does not consider which call is louder or greater or more important. You may wonder how you are still bound to judgment, can be asked to do that which requires no judgment of your own. The answer is very simple. The power of God and not of you engenders miracles. Now, I know when I first read that, I just wanted to cry. Because I had spent so much of my life pushing and pushing and pushing, and striving and striving and striving to prove how valuable I was. Because as I looked around me and saw that I just didn't seem to measure up according to my own eyes to all that was around me, just about everyone, then I feared that I really truly was of no value. And when I read this, what I just shared with you in the Course, that the power of God and not of you engenders miracles, I realized, oh, it's not up to me. I can relax. The Course goes on to say, the miracle itself is but the witness that you have the power of God in you. That is the reason why the miracle gives equal blessing to all who share in it, and that is also why everyone shares in it. The power of God is limitless, and being always maximal, it offers everything to every call from anyone. There is no order of difficulty here. A call for help is given. Help. Let's write that down. A call for help is given help. So many highly sensitive entrepreneurs do not have self-value. And I know for sure that this was me. We don't have self-value because we look back at past judgments or out there at present judgments, and they're the same thing. We look back at our past and we remember all of the moments or times when we just didn't feel like we fit in, didn't feel like we measured up. Or maybe someone told you specifically that you didn't fit in and that you didn't measure up. Or we look out there. We look on the internet. We look on social media. We look on media in general. And we say, gosh, geez, well, I'm not Jennifer Aniston, so there must be something wrong with me. Or maybe we even just say, gosh, geez, I'm not Carolyn Miss or any other spiritual teacher that you want to name, so there must be something wrong with me. Or we just look to our neighbor and say, geez, I don't have this or I don't have that, so there must be something wrong with me. And none of that is true. What is true is that as a highly sensitive entrepreneur, you are not a warrior king or warrior queen. And you never will be. One of the things that just hurts my heart so much is that I watch HSEs align themselves with mentors who are warriors. And it's like there's this attitude of like, well, maybe it'll just rub off on me, right? If I just spend enough time with a warrior king or queen, or, I go to enough of their events, or, I'm coached by them, then maybe that'll be me too. And it's sort of like saying, if you're a woman, if you hang out with men enough, you'll become one. Or that if you're Caucasian or white, if you hang around with Asians long enough, you'll become Asian. Or black will become white, or white will become black, or Indian will become Eskimo. when the truth is that you are who you are. And there's lots of time wasted on the part of highly sensitive entrepreneurs denying who you are. I know I wasted a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time on mismatched friendships. I wasted a lot of time on mismatched dating. And I wasted a lot of time on mismatched mentors. And what was really interesting is that when I started my business, the friends that I had, so many of them didn't stay. They didn't stick. They were threatened. They were jealous. They couldn't understand why I would do this crazy, risky thing of being self-employed. And what I've come to understand through coaching and mentoring hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other highly sensitive entrepreneurs over my 10 plus years of being self-employed now is that so many of us have friendships shift and change when we start a business. And that the reason why is not because you're crazy, but because your willingness to really, truly go out there to take a risk, to live your life with courageous conviction, scares the bejesus out of people who are not willing to do that themselves. They're so afraid that if you do this, they're going to be asked to do it too. And dating? Well, I'm highly sensitive, so I'm extremely empathic. So match me up with someone who loves football, and I can become a person who loves football. Match me up with someone who, loves horses, and I can become someone who loves horses. Match me up. I mean, we could just go on, and I spent a lot of time doing exactly that. And then I would get really tired not being who I am. And eventually I would just be myself, and then they would be like, I don't want to be with you anymore. And I'd be like, why doesn't this person want to be with me anymore? Well, that's because I wasn't being myself from the get-go. Such a waste of time. And mismatched mentors. Again, trying to be somebody that I wasn't. And those mentors were just, mentoring me and coaching me from where they were at. It's really up to me, my role, to make a choice. To say, I'm not willing to do it that way. There's another way. So, how do we begin to engage in value, in self-value? Well, the very first thing that you need to know is who you are. To get to know you. And one of the best ways to do that is to ask yourself 3 key questions. And let's write these down. Number 1, what have you been denying? What have you been denying? Number 2, in what ways have you been trying to be someone you're not? In what ways have you been trying to be someone you're not? And number 3, why? My recommendation is that you answer these questions from the perspective of your business. What have you been denying in your business? What ways have you been trying to be someone you're not in your business, and why? But if it's helpful to just answer them from a perspective of just overall life and being, then please do that too. One of the things that I can tell you is I can tell you for sure what's valuable about you as a person who's highly sensitive, as a highly sensitive entrepreneur. Directly from Dr. Elaine Aron, she states that there are many fruits growing from the trait of sensitivity. Your mind works differently. She says that Overall, in general, highly sensitives are better at spotting errors and avoiding making errors. We are highly conscientious. We are able to concentrate deeply. And we do that best when we're not distracted. We are especially good at tasks requiring vigilance, accuracy, speed, and the detection of minor differences. We are able to process material to deeper levels of what psychologists call semantic memory. We are often thinking about our own thinking. And we are able to learn without being aware we have learned. And we are deeply affected by other people's moods and emotions. We are specialists in fine motor skills. We're very good at holding still. We tend to be morning people, although there may be some exceptions. And we're more right-brained, less linear, more creative in a synthesizing way. And we're very sensitive to things in the air. And we reflect more on everything. And we sort things into finer distinctions, like those machines that grade fruit by size. We sort into 10 sizes, while others sort into 2 or 3. And this greater awareness of the subtle tends to make us more intuitive, which simply means picking up and working through information in a semi-conscious or unconscious way. So the result is that we often just know without realizing how. And furthermore, the deeper processing of subtle details causes us to consider the past or future more. We just know how things got to be the way they are or how they are going to turn out. This is that sixth sense that people talk about. It can be wrong, of course, just as our eyes and our ears can be wrong. But our intuition is right often enough that we, as highly sensitives, tend to be visionaries, highly intuitive artists, inventors, as well as conscientious, cautious, and overall wise people. Now, I don't know about you, but all of those traits, or what I like to refer to as HSE strengths, are pretty valuable as a coach, healing practitioner, or creative. Wouldn't you agree? I'm going to answer for you and say yes. And couldn't these HSE strengths make a difference in your marketing and selling? Couldn't they really stand you out? Couldn't they assist you in really connecting with your ideal clients? Again, I'm going to say yes. And I know this from my own experience as well as hundreds that I have mentored to do the same. It's one of the exact reasons why one of my first foundational principles when I teach marketing and selling is all about claiming your core value offer, the energy that you're naturally here to share with others, and specifically to share with others through your business. Course in Business Miracles series assignment: journal, journal, journal. Journal those 3 questions and journal even more if they come to you. Again, just a reminder, what have you been denying in your business? What ways are you trying to be someone you're not in your business, and why? And as best as you feel comfortable, also expect business miracles and share the business miracles that you're receiving. Recap before we wrap. As HSEs, we have a shared purpose to create freedom through our business. If you value God, then you must value yourself. This knowing is the way of miracles. You're not a warrior king or queen. You never will be. You don't need to be. Instead, be your HSE strengths and allow these to serve you fully and successfully through your business. Awesome.
Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of A Course in Business Miracles. If you're ready to learn how to use your highly sensitive abilities to support you in being purposeful, profitable, and empowered rather than scattered, poor, and undervalued, take my free self-quiz to find out if you are indeed a highly sensitive entrepreneur. And if you are, along with your quiz results, you'll receive my free HSE Success Guide, which will teach you how to have your highly sensitive abilities working for you to create the results you desire in your business. Take the quiz and receive your free success guide now at www.hsequiz.com.